Hi everyone, Kyle here from Wide Awake PH. So, I know that if you own an espresso machine like me, it's always tempting to upgrade. I know I myself have always been tempted to upgrade my Lelit Mara espresso machine here, this classic E61 machine. Whenever I see a lever machine like the new Odyssey Argos or the Londinium espresso machines, which are absolutely beautiful, by the way, I get like a pinch in my heart and I want to buy it right away. But I wouldn't give up on a machine like this if you have it on your brew bar just yet. So the mod I'm talking to you about is with regards to the brew pressure of the E61 machine. Stock, as we all know, it does around 9 to 10 bars of pressure. But what I'm saying is you should decrease the pressure from 9 to 10 to around 6 to 7. When you do this, what I find happens is, number one, the cup quality increases. Suddenly, there's a lot less bitterness, there's much more clarity of flavors, and basically you get to appreciate single origin coffees much more because this kind of brewing with lower pressure just opens up the flavor a lot more. The second benefit is you get a wider range of success with different roast styles and grind sizes. So suddenly you open up the amount of coffees you can use with the machine, and it makes brewing that much more fun again. It's not as hard, it's not as finicky to do when you go from 9 to 6 bar. The last benefit of shifting from 9 to 6 bar is you will experience much more consistent brews. So your average coffee will taste that much better, and your better coffee will taste super good. Like, that's been the experience. So in this episode, let's dig down a little deeper and explore why you experience all these benefits when shifting from 9 to 6 bar. There are 3 drawbacks to brewing with high pressure in an espresso machine like this. For one, it's that when you have a higher pressure, you're kind of forced to grind finer. And the issue with grinding finer is you create more fines, which can lead to astringency, over-extraction, and general unpleasant bitterness in your cups of coffee. So that's the first problem. The second problem is when you're brewing with high pressure, you can imagine that the force of the water is very strong. And what that will do is it will make the fines, the very small particles of coffee in the espresso pot, migrate down to the bottom of the portafilter. And what that can do is it can cause blockage in the holes of the portafilter, again leading to an uneven extraction and uneven flow, which will lead to bitterness and astringency. And the final point is that, if we think about it, 9 bars of pressure is a classic and old school way of making espresso. It was built with a different kind of roast level in mind, which is medium dark to darker roasts. So a more soluble coffee. But these days, we're primarily working with light to medium roasts in this kind of more specialty coffee environment. In that way, if you are working with light, medium roasted coffee, it makes sense to decrease the espresso bar pressure or brewing pressure to 6 bar, because then it matches, because those coffees are less soluble than those darker roasted coffees that 9 bars were made for. By brewing with 6 bars of pressure, we mitigate the 3 problems we face when brewing with 9 bars of pressure. And in a realistic sense here, brewing with 6 bars of pressure has made my espresso routine that much more fun and enjoyable. So, earlier I said that there's a bigger sweet spot when it comes to brewing with 6 bars of pressure. Concretely speaking, on the niche 0, my standard 19 grams of coffee can be brewed tastefully, deliciously, with grind size 10, 11, and 12. Whereas before, it was very much strictly 9 or 10 with 9 bars. And at those grind sizes, sometimes I just don't get a very tasty cup of coffee. I get that bitterness, that harshness, that it's not very pleasant, and I don't get much clarity of the beans I put into the niche and then into the leaded. But now, I could take a standard filter roasted coffee from Wide Awake, so something like our medium light roasted Tanzania, which is very tart, by the way. Grind here at grind size 10 or 11. Brew it here, and I get something that's really crisp, tasty, and sweet, that has much more body and definitely more character than a filter roast, like get that espresso character. But I taste the watermelon, the zestiness of that coffee, which I didn't get when I was brewing it at 9 bars. And that would even work with our new Mount Apple coffees, like the Lot G01. I tried brewing that lightly roasted coffee, so that's not medium light. I'd call it more of a light roasted coffee. And I could pull it here with this 6 bar pressure. So those are some of the benefits you'll get when shifting from 9 to 6. I hope you found this episode helpful. Please do let me know if you've tried brewing with 6 bars of pressure. I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts on this kind of brewing style. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.